It's not something I decided when I started iZigg. It literally was 20 years ago, in 1991, when I had my last job. I was working for Texaco as a student intern. You know, that's what you do, right? You go to college. I went to Emory University here in Atlanta, get a good degree from a good college. Because my dad was with Cox Enterprises. Anyone heard of Cox Enterprises here in Atlanta?
Yeah.
He retired a year ago. He was with Cox Enterprises for 39 years, okay? Went the corporate way. I saw then, first off, I didn't understand what my dad did at all. I saw then that that's not what I wanted to do as I went to Texaco and saw people standing around the water cooler, talking, asking people questions like, what does that person do all day? Seeing people go take a smoke break and come back after 30 minutes. And then driving to work in that box that Brian talks about and looking to my right and left, and it was still, even 20 years ago, there was still a lot of traffic in Atlanta at 7:30 and going, not for me, not for me. So from that moment on, I decided to be an entrepreneur. I started the Entrepreneurship Club at Emory. I wrote a business plan for an idea to take literally college students and harness that buying power. If I could take all the college students in America, at the time it was 8 million students, right? And I could represent that group buying, I could go out and make a massively large company, right? Again, I was 20 years old with this idea. I was in my dorm room, most people were going out, drinking, going to frat parties. I made a decision then, picked up a book by Napoleon Hill, decided I was going to read that book once a month for a year, right? So I spent the first little while trying to come up with a plan. What was the business idea? What was the plan? It's called Student Advantage. It was the membership card. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail because this all parallels back to everything we talked about this weekend. The first thing I had to decide is what did I want? And at the time, I mean, everyone grows up, they want to be a millionaire, right? It's just something magical, I mean, you know, especially 20 years ago. So I wrote down on a piece of paper, said I wanted to have $1 million by the time I was 30. Literally on this piece of paper, I put it in my wallet, right? I did what the book said, and I looked at it every day. Then what the book said was, you have to have a plan that you believe without a shadow of a doubt that can get you there. And then you have to take action and be passionate about it and put those blinders on and go, okay? Was it hard to take that idea? Again, dorm room, no money, and go out and do that? While other kids were partying, I was standing in front of the student center. I walked around Atlanta. I gotta tell the story. I walked around Atlanta, I first started out to get businesses to join my program, right? It's kind of like us going out getting recruits to join our team. How many businesses do you think I signed up the first day? Yeah, 0. I saw 20 businesses. I had to see 150 visits before I signed up the first place. Who here think, I mean, imagine that. I mean, in Atlanta heat, right? 20 years old with a tie on. No boss. Just the drive to go do it. To get out there and go do it. Everyone's going to get faced with rejection, right? But that's the stuff that makes us stronger. That's the stuff you got to celebrate. Awesome. Okay, great. It's not for you. Fantastic. Do you know somebody that would like a groundbreaking opportunity? I'm not kidding. That's changing the way people communicate. It's not what Michael Rutherford says. It's how he says it. It's the conviction in his voice. That is so key. I took that idea from my dorm room, moved it from 1 person to 6 people, to 100 people, to 500 people. The company became the largest student portal, raised $70 million, and went public in 1999, and reached $1 billion market cap I was 28 years old. So having an idea is worthless. Having an idea that you then have a plan, and then you go take action, and you combine action with passion. You take action and don't combine it with passion, just go get a job. Just go get a job so you can go in and out, in and out. But you bring that passion together with action, and again, and the reason why Student Advantage was successful, sure, it was partly due to me, but over the course of that process, I surrounded myself with some of the most intelligent, brilliant people that had some of the skills that I didn't have. And that's what's so powerful about this. We are entrepreneurship. We are in business together. This room is in business together. You guys are my business partner, right? When you go out in the field, you don't go out and say, I'm an independent agent of iZigg. You go out and say, I partnered with Dave Liniado, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in America. I partnered with Brian Underwood to start this company called iZigg. You guys are founding members of a new business that's, and we're going to talk about it, that is a game changer in this marketplace. A little bit more about myself, just to know who I am. 1999, company was going public, very euphoric time, 28 years old. Imagine that, being 28 and having a net worth that's in the high 8 figures. Can you imagine? I mean, what did I do? I challenged myself again. You saw that video. I mean, it's not really in comparison to the Hoyt video, because I wasn't pushing someone, and the why in that was really for me. But I decided, who in here has ever run a race, a running race? Who here has ever run a marathon? How many people have run a full Ironman competition? Okay. 1999, I hadn't run more than 2 miles in my entire life. I decided I was going to do a full Ironman.
Oh, jeez.
The company just went public, and I said, I'll run a full Ironman competition. So what did I do? I wrote down on a small piece of paper that I was going to complete the Ironman in 13 hours. 13 hours, 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, 26 mile run, right? She's in the back room, you guys met her, my wife.
Yeah.
She broke up with me. All I did was run, bike, and swim. Run, bike, and swim. Run, bike, and swim. That was it. I finished the Ironman 10 months later in 13 hours and 9 minutes. I'm not telling you guys this so you'll think that I'm some great guy, because I feel the same way Jared Robbins does. I'm a cool guy. But I'm just like you guys. I'm literally just like you guys. If you put your mind to something, you can do it. If you put your mind to something, you can do it. And again, I'm going to say these things over again. If you have a definitive purpose, meaning, if you guys, take out your book, when you guys wrote down where you want to be in 5 years, if you can visualize that on a daily basis, the person that said no to you will be a non-issue. You're going here. It doesn't matter. That's when. Do you think I was bitter cold in Boston, Massachusetts when I was training to run? Absolutely. But all I kept thinking about was finishing that Ironman. I wasn't thinking about how cold it was. I was thinking about where I was going. So again, decide the life you want to have in 5 years. Picture it. Dream about it. We're not going through these exercises this weekend so we can get you guys pumped up and fired up and you can go back and feel good. We're giving these because this is an actionable item that every day you have to live and breathe and take in. And it'll change your life. It'll change your life. And it'll make what you do a creature of habit. Who here's read the book by Stephen Covey? Right? 21 Days to Form a Habit. I think it takes a lot more than that to form a habit, right? Okay? To change your life, to move to a different level, it takes a lot more than that. You've got to be focused every single day. So again, definitive purpose, combined with an action plan, combined with passion, and again, all those things have to be right, okay? I was doing the exercise. Is Cedric in the room? Where's Cedric? Is he still here? Did Cedric leave me? Well, Cedric, when we were talking, he said he had started a radio station. I said, how did that go for you? He said, it was awesome. For 18 years, I put my heart, soul, tears in this radio station. I said, what are you going to do with iZigg? We were talking. And he said, well, in 5 years, I want to have monthly reoccurring income of $50,000. I said, how bad do you want that? He said, I will do anything. I'm 50 years old. I will do anything. I have to change my life now. This is my opportunity. I will do anything to make that happen, and I'm sticking to it. He had that conviction. He had a number, right? I've interviewed literally thousands of people in my career. The first thing I ask is, how much money do you want to make? Why is that an awkward state? Why is that an awkward question? How much money do you want to make? Why are they here? They're here to make money, right? That's not an awkward statement. Come into my office and interview for a job that I'm paying $50,000 for, and you say you want to make $150,000? My reaction is, wow, this person's worth $150,000. Holy smokes, let's keep talking. Come in there and that person on their resume writes $20 an hour, $15 an hour. My perception changes. Your time is money, guys. You guys are valuable. The investment you're making this weekend is worth money. The things we're going to talk about today, the tips, tactics, and trade secrets on how small business America and individuals can stay connected is money, right? Don't worry about apologizing to somebody else. They're wasting their time. You've got something valuable to share with people. And again, it's all about that mental state that you stay in. So again, what got me up to this spot right now is really, I feel like everything I've done in my life has prepared me for this right now. Because what I'm passionate about, and what I was passionate about then, is entrepreneurship. Is about giving people, first it was me. You know, I love the part about what's your why. And it's okay if it's for you. Because I'll tell you, when I wrote down $1 million on that piece of paper, who was that why for? It was for me, right? I was a college kid with about $800 in the bank account and a Malibu, okay? Yeah, I was at Emory. My dad paid for college. He didn't give me any spending money, right? I decided then that I was going to go out and do something different, right? That was for me. In 1999, when our company was blowing up, again, I want to do it for me. My why is two things right now. My why is in the back of the room. My wife, Mira, my son, Ralph, Emmy, Lauren. And at this point, my why for them is not that I'll provide for them financially, because thank God, you know, I have that covered. But my why for them is to teach them the skills and the ability to go out and make something out of nothing. To go out and take an idea and an action plan and make it happen. Who here's fired up about entrepreneurship? Who here thinks that's something? And the second why for me, and when Brian talks about whatever it takes, is you guys. Is you guys putting your faith in us that we're going to deliver back to you. And you may have worked for a lot of different companies. You may have worked for other network marketing companies. You may have worked for other companies. The management team of this company is not thinking about how much money we're going to make. I guarantee you, there has not been one day or one meeting that Brian and I have had where we've said this company's going to be worth this much. This is how much money me and you are going to make. Not one time. We have literally from day one focused on the same thing. Let's build a massively large company that people can call home and that we can work together to build something great. To build something that changes things, right? And if you focus on the right things, what happens? The right things happen, okay? You focus on the wrong things, and you're with a management team that's thinking about how much money they're going to make, ultimately the wrong things happen, because on the way there, you make mistakes and you do things that you shouldn't do, right? And the integrity and the soul of this company is true. It's true. So when I go to something again, think differently. What do you think made some of the greatest companies great today? Doing what everyone else is doing? Again, the name of the company is iZigg, right? Is go a different path. Is it easy to not go out and party with your friends and go work when you're 20 years old? Is it easy to drop out of college, which some of the best entrepreneurs and brightest minds in America have ever done? It's not. It's not. So Sam, will you roll a video for me?